What's going on? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn. Hey, and today we talking about the Woman King. And I know I'm late, fashionably late, if I can be honest with you. Now, this episode is brought to you by the Really Hood Podcast. And on that podcast, I do not do movie reviews. However, I still wanted to talk about it on my YouTube channel because I just thought that I will take a few seconds to talk about it. This is by no means to be a long video, but my wife and I went to go see it last night, and for some reason, it was still showing in this one city. Right, it was still showing, so we decided to check it out. And let's start off with the basic parts here. I'm going to give this this movie a 8.3 out of 10. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't believe I enjoyed it as much as everyone else seemed to, but I certainly thought it was a good movie. And I think that my score shows that it was a 8.3. It was well directed, very well paced, things of that nature. Just some of the obvious parts. There was somebody, it was a young lady in the film that I did not expect to see, or when I didn't watch the previews for this film beyond maybe a few seconds. I just kind of looked at the concept, the overall concept, the synopsis. I said, okay, I get where this movie is going. I see what they're trying to achieve. And also, I am one who supports Viola Davis's production venture. Juve Productions is behind this film, along with a number of other individuals or companies, rather, or entities. But I do support what she's trying to do. And let's talk about the things that a lot of people are upset about. Did it go too far? A lot of people are upset with some of the imagery in the film. You see Europeans being drowned, and you see Europeans being hurt, but you also see Africans being killed, slayed, and those things. And again, we live in this very sensitive world where I don't know how I'm doing so well in this particular time frame. I feel like sometimes I'll think of myself and say, how would I fare in different eras? Um, and I don't know how I'm still doing so well here, because I'm going to say what I want to say, and here's the thing. Um, we've been how do I say this? I want to be sensitive and respectful, obviously, but the point is, I'm so happy that she made this film. For a number of reasons. There are some objections. There are some things I did not like, but I am so happy she made this film because it starts where I want us to go, or where I want us to be. I want there to be a such thing as Black films that don't center on slavery. I'm not sure why this is such a difficult task. I don't understand why there is no, or not many, or not much more, or many more films with a majority African American cast that doesn't center around slavery. I don't understand that. Okay. Uh if I was an alien and I visited Earth, I would think that those brown people, their entire existence deals with or delves into slavery and Europeans. That's what I would think. But the reality, at least how my reality is spun, I don't think about slavery at all, ever. And dare I say, I don't think about Europeans on a daily basis, or racism. And I just really hope that at some point we can majority Black cast that doesn't center around Europeans, slavery. Yeah, I'll just take those two, or racism of any type, because this film does delve into that quite a bit. Now, I do think that this film is or at least lays some of the groundwork to getting to that point, because this film has a majority African American cast, and it does center on African conflict. And the whole European concept is more like an afterthought. You don't really see Europeans in the film uh, as much as you might expect. You do see them from time to time, but they're really playing second fiddle to the African cast, or the people who are of African descent in the film. So that is a positive. Here's the problem. It still centers around slavery. And it's like, man, goodness gracious. Can we get a film about, some Black kids, building a spaceship and just going to the moon? Or can we get something like that? Or, and also no sports, okay? No sports. I'll tell you, Europeans don't understand how good they have it, that they can go to a movie theater and see a film about just a couple, a old couple playing the lottery and making it big. and using their funds to, help the town get better and progress, more progressive. And then they have this rich kid from some college who's upset with the fact that they're winning the lottery. You know how great it is. You all have no, don't understand how blessed you are to be able to go to the movie theater and just watch a film about a boy and a girl falling in love. And it has no racial connotations. It has none of that. It's about love. And I really and I desperately want to get to that point where I can just go to the movie theater and just watch a film. And let's point this out as well. European, anybody from of European descent watching this, you have no idea how blessed you are to just go to a film and just see a majority European cast, which is basically 80 to 90% of all films, and then no one bring it up. No one bring it up. No one says, "Hey, they're trying to make a statement because it's a majority." Nobody does that when the cast of a film is majority European. Nobody does it. Nobody even notices it. But I can imagine that many people of European descent, of any descent outside of African American descent or African descent, who watch this film, they'll notice that. And if they're good people, they won't mind. But if they're not, they will. And I've seen a number of reviews via Rotten Tomatoes and things of that nature that slander the film, that give it a 5 out of 10. Let me tell you, the film is not a 5. But what happened was they seen some of the imagery. They saw these African American people or African people in these powerful positions. They felt insecure, and as such, they decided to slander the film, to bring it down a notch. And that's the part I'm upset about. I dislike that part. The film, for me, on a good day, is an 8.3. If I'm being hypercritical, 7.7. So between those two parameters, or within that spectrum, that's where this film lies for me. Within the 7.7 and the 8.3, somewhere there, okay? Because it does a lot of great things. The story is easy to follow. It is very comprehensive. Here are some of my dislikes. If you don't know, this is me trying to clear up all my this is me trying to proofread what I'm about to say, because I know how I come across. I come across abrasive sometimes. And really, it's not abrasion. It's more or less me just trying to exercise my freedoms. I didn't like the portrayal of one certain character who was homosexual. Wasn't a big fan of that. I don't know. I felt like it's like, man, can we just I got a checkbox in my mind, right? And it's like, I just want to see a film, majority African American cast, check. No homosexual men of black, no homosexual African American. I'm not asking for much, because if you look at European made films, there's not a lot of gay homosexual white men in the film, right? But it seems like homosexual white men in the film, right? But it seems like that is a reoccurring theme within films that feature several African Americans. This is a thing I noticed. I just want that box checked. No homosexual. Can we just get a film without that for a moment? It's already enough that we have a lot of women portraying themselves in a way that most people would conceive them being men. All right, because that's kind of what this film was for me. It was a women empowerment film, and for that, I thought it was very effective. It is a film that I will allow my young daughter to watch, because it shows her, or it will show her, that she can be, or she can break the American constructs. She can be someone greater than someone's wife, or someone's cook, or someone's laundry folder. These are, or the type of imagery that I saw are some of the things I want my daughter to digest. You can be you can be a king. Okay. See, this is the difficult part here. No, you can be someone of power. You can be someone who takes on the world and conquer it. You can be someone who goes against, you can be someone of power. You can be someone who takes on the world and conquer it. You can be someone who goes against adversity and survive. You can be someone of strength. Okay. Those are the things that I take away that are positive from this film. However, this is where I would have that conversation with my daughter. Listen, these women, for whatever reason, they don't have children. They don't, they don't fall in love. They don't marry. Those things. Remove that concept. You can fall in love. You can, and I understand what the film is trying to convey. These women are soldiers, and as such, they have to do away with many of the feminine qualities that most women enjoy. All right, or depends on who you ask. Having children, I get it, but the point is, these women are not your average women. So I get it. I understand what the movie is trying to convey there. Um, I thought it was decent. I didn't like some the imagery with regards to the homosexual male there. I didn't understand his position. I didn't understand why he was placed in the film. I didn't get it. If you remove him from every scene that he's in, the movie continues as normal. And I have nothing against the homosexual. The fact that, um, except the fact that I'm doing it again. I'm trying to clear it up. Except the fact that I do believe that this agenda is sorely misguided. There's no such thing as a homosexual. And I'm about to go off. See now, so this is the rubber band being stretched so far in my brain that now it's about to pop. There's no such thing as homosexuality. It's just confusion. Okay. Um, reel it back, Rich. Reel it back. There's no such thing as it though. And it's just confusion. And I don't man, I am off. I'm really off. Uh the film was an 8.3. The film was an 8.3, and okay, let's go further. Let's go further. Uh the young lady, I did not expect this young lady to be such a pivotal figure in the film. It was at one point, I should say, this young lady was in every scene. And I was like, why is she so pivotal to this plot? And I didn't even know she would be in the film. And then it turns out that she is the daughter of the woman king. I thought that was a really cool twist. And I will say, in terms of negatives, this film is certainly not difficult to forecast. And what I mean by forecast, you know what's coming. You know that, okay, they're showing this young lady, they hinted to motherhood. Oh, that's because the woman king is her mother. And then you realize they're not going to dare allow a scratch to appear on the body of this young lady. She will survive every encounter. She will be able to take down two male soldiers with ease. Okay. And she'll make it to the end of the film unscathed. You know that's coming. You know that the film at some point is going to make a stance against Europeans because they want to make some type of, So you see a group of African men on a boat and they drown a European. You knew that was coming. At least I did. Um, yeah, you see all that stuff coming from a mile away. You realize and you know that the woman king was, dare I say, how do I say this? She was mistreated by a male soldier, sexually mistreated, and then you know at some point she will fight him, and that happens twice in this film. The first fight was more realistic for me. The second fight, it seemed like they were running out of time, and they said, "Hey, let's just get a couple slices here and there, and let's just have the end shot, and let's get off this set here. We're running out of time. If we shoot another day, the budget will exceed our limits." That's what it felt like that last fight because they build up this male character as this. Not a big fan of that part. I do like the fact that she survives, that she wins, but I would have liked a stronger or much more realistic fight. Um, let me see what else. Yeah, I mean that's basically it. I feel like I've already offended enough people. I will stop here. And if you are offended, that means you are very, very sensitive. Let me tell you, you are incredibly sensitive. You've probably already left a dislike, and I cannot tell you more than this. I could not care less. We have to get to the point where we allow people's truths to survive and live and breathe without stifling it because it goes against our constructs. And you know what? I'll take my own pill, my own medicine to say I'm glad. It's gonna be hard for me to say this. I'm glad that there was representation of all types of people and all types of lifestyles. I just wish that it didn't feel like propaganda. I just wish it did not feel as if he was placed there for or in. I wish he was placed there because he was really there, or he was really supposed to be there, rather than the film trying to make a point, trying to be more inclusive. I wish it wasn't that because then it feels like my emotions are being tinkered with. Like, hey, you're supposed to accept this. What? Wait, I just want to see a film. I'm not here for the political jargon. I just want to see a film. And this is why I said earlier in my review, I'm just hoping for a regular film where there's no underlying agendas, political agendas. I just want to watch a movie. I'm here to be entertained. I don't want to think, if that makes sense. But nevertheless, 8.3 for me. Would I watch it again? Hmm. Yes, yes, but probably 10 years from now. I need some time. Like I said, the film is very, very predictable, and then that's not a slight, that's not a negative. It's just I knew exactly what the film was trying to convey and what it was trying to say, and as such, it felt a little like okay, I can remember this film without watching it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those type of movies where you can like you already know what's coming. But overall, I would encourage people to watch it. And let me answer my own question. Did the film go too far? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. If we're not saying that some of these other movies, Harriet, if that film is not going too far, if Till is not going too far, if some of these other movies that delve in these type of concepts and conversations and stories are not going too far, this one certainly doesn't. Europeans can die in a film. That's okay, and they can die by the hands of a black person in battle. That's okay as well. And I just want us to get to the point where we're okay with seeing that, seeing swordsmen battle and then the better swordsman win without saying, "Oh, that only happened because," or that wasn't supposed to happen because. It's just like, oh my gosh, dude. But yeah. So yeah, I would encourage everyone to see it. Now, I do want to ask myself this question: If I were European, would I be offended at this film? It depends, right? Because if I am a fair individual, I love what I saw. I saw something a little different. By this point, if I'm European, I've gotten greatly accustomed to seeing my skin tone on the screen, and I've gotten accustomed to that. So this would have been something pretty cool. I think that's the element that's missing from us as people. We don't understand, we don't respect the greatness of diversity. Because imagine every day eating the exact same fruit, eating the apple every single day. That's what film is to me. Just watching white people on TV screen every day. Uh, when you see, and then when you, so for me, that's the thing we're missing. Having a all black cast is not a negative thing. It's more or less just more. It's diversity. It's like having an apple every day and then someone saying, "Hey, here's an orange." It's just something, it changes up the speed and pace. And I wish that we could see it that way without politicizing it. I wish we could. Um, and if you think I'm just talking crazy, I'm not, because when Barack Obama became the president, it was like the world was about to end for a lot of European individuals. So much so that they put someone in office after him that had no political experience, and it showed. Okay, and I like Donald Trump. But the point is, he had no political experience. That's a fact. And what I would have hoped was that more Europeans would have said, you know what? We need diversity in the office. We need different types of representation because this is America. We need that. Um, yeah, we need it because it helps. It helps us to understand each other. And I think that we are missing that. So with that being said, you got more than you came here for. And I certainly gave you more than I intended to, but this is called reality. This is called real life. It's unscripted. It's not this perfectly made present with a bow on top. Okay? And if you can respect that, you can respect what I've said. With that being said, thank you for watching. Peace.